Welcome to today's class. We are going to discuss Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale for our science fiction class. First, let's look at the publication. The book is published in the year 1985, and when we try to identify its genre, as the author herself has mentioned, that this is not a science fiction, rather it is a speculative fiction. So it is a very good example of speculative fiction, and it is also a modern feminist dystopian novel. Now we'll discuss few other highlights of the novel. Number one, the setting. The setting of this novel is Gilead, which is a totalitarian theocratic society built post US collapse. And when we look at the plot is lack of fertility among women leading to female subjugation, and then the caste system, the female caste system. And when we look at the narrative or the structure of the novel, the narrative is first person plus it is also fragmented and retrospective, and there are memories which take the plot into the past. And when we talk about the themes, there are few themes in the novel which are very important, like control, gender control to be more specific, then resistance, language. These are some of the major themes, and female subjugation, and also the theme of fertility. And the symbols in the novel, there are several symbols, but to point at a few, like the color red, which is worn by the handmaids, which symbolizes fertility and visibility, and it is like they are marked. They are marked by the state, by the government, that they are for reproduction. And then the eyes, which also symbolize surveillance and other things. Then you have the butter, which symbolizes self-care or resistance and bodily autonomy. And Serena's garden, which symbolizes fertility, but ironically she is unable to give birth, but she is always tending to the garden. And there are the important characters like Offred and Serena, the commander, Nick, and there are so many others, aunts. And the female caste system, when we talk about the characters, it is important to understand the female caste system portrayed in the novel, like the wives. Serena represents the wives, and then you have the handmaid. Offred is handmaid to the commander, and then you have the Marthas who do all the household chores, and you have also the Igno wives who do all sorts of work, and then you have the aunts who are the enforcers of the Gilead policies. So then when we talk about the language, here we have biblical allusions, but also it is very ironical how Bible is used here for subjugating women, and how it is misinterpreted. And the language of resistance, the phrases like the Mayday, and also recollecting the name, or recollection of past itself is act of resistance. And then there are so many things actually, but it is difficult to put everything together. And literary devices used, yes, like said earlier, there is memory, and there are symbols which are used, and fragmentation, and how at the end it is revealed that the novel is a transcript from the past. And it is said that the novel has historical relevance, also the novel has future relevance. It is not just a novel, but it shows how easily the human rights can be replaced or taken away. So I hope you would want to read more. If you want more detailed notes, please check the website. Thank you for listening.